Lesbian Detectives. Unsolved cases. She's still missing. Yeah, they haven't found her yet. Well, let's talk about it.
They say he vanished without a trace. Could it be a psychotic break or a tragic accident? Police don't know where the body went. Unsolved murders, body still missing. That's unheard. Where's the witness? Lesbian detectives, what's going on? City on high alert, this out the norm. He did what, the who? Man, that ain't real, these crimes ain't true. Then come uncover these theories with us. We live right now, tuning in is a must.
Right now, Lesbian Detectives. Lesbian Detectives. We about to start the show, so get your popcorn ready, let's go. Pay attention to the message. I present to you Lesbian Detectives.
This is Lesbian Detectives. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we are here to talk about missing and unsolved murders.
We are discussing cases that you have forgotten about or never even heard of.
So sit back, relax, and let's start this podcast. Welcome back, everybody. We are here with a new episode and a new week. I didn't have the best weekend. My wife went on a girls trip to Las Vegas. If you go on her social media, you will see that she went to Las Vegas and she went to my dream restaurant, Hell's Kitchen. She said she didn't like it. So that's that. And I'm like, disrespectful. But I was on single mom duties this weekend, so I was dealing with our daughter all by myself, and it was a lot.
But you're going to take your own vacation.
Yes.
So.
Yes. I just because we each decide hey, we're going to have one weekend to ourselves, and she went in town to Las Vegas and spent a lot of money, and I am going to a little spa thing by myself at a hotel where I get massages, facials, and all that, and just regroup. I am so excited. I will make sure I tell you when it is and post pictures because I am excited for that day.
I'm already excited for my next vacation.
This case, it could be solved. Okay. Because when you hear the case, you guys going to sit back and wait a minute. Why is this person not in jail? I'm I don't know. I feel like the police really let this person down. And I feel like we have said that so many times on so many episodes, but you're going to hear what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go too much in it, but when you hear it, you're going to stop. Y'all guys going to replay it 3 times. Did she just say what I think she said? I'm yeah, I did. And I'm going to say them theories. Yeah. Theories are going to be quick because this case is solved. It's basically solved to me.
Okay.
So let's get into the episode. And to be a warning, guys, this person is transgender, and we will make sure we say her pronouns properly. Her pronouns are she and her. Even though everybody else has misgendered her, we're going to be respectful on our page. In the pre-dawn hours of a spring morning in rural Georgia, an elderly couple awoke to the sound of knocking on their front door. Standing on their porch was a figure, barely clinging to life, bloody, barefoot, visibly beaten. The stranger managed only a few words, a request for water, a blanket, a place to rest. What unfolded next will baffle investigators for decades. The victim, a transgender woman in her 30s, had suffered severe trauma, multiple blows to the head, likely from a wooden baseball bat. Despite her injury, she had walked nearly half a mile through the darkness, bleeding and broken in search for help. Somewhere in the woods nearby, evidence of a violent attack was discovered. Blood in the dirt, shattered wood, and faint tire tracks leading into the night. Before slipping into unconsciousness, at the hospital, she whispered the name of someone she believed was responsible for her attack. That lead quickly collapsed. The person she named had an alibi. The trail went cold. Her death was brutal. The motive was unclear. Perhaps it was a hate crime. Perhaps a violent encounter turned deadly. Perhaps someone picked her up, discovered who she was, and responded with rage. Whatever happened, the killer vanished without a trace. No arrest, no headlines, no justice. Years later, her murder remains unsolved. Another quiet tragedy, lost in a folder marked cold case, waiting for someone to remember and someone else to speak. This is the case of Tracy Thompson. Before the world woke up on that quiet March morning, someone was already dying. The skies above Aurora, Georgia was still ink dark. No sign of dawn yet. Yet on the flat horizon of Wilcox County, in a town most maps barely acknowledge, Seville, Georgia, silent hung over the cotton fields and county roads like fog. Nothing stir. No lights blink on in a distant farmhouse. Just a distant hum of the wind rustle through the pine and the crackle of gravel beneath a bare, bleeding foot. She was walking alone. Her name was Tracy Thompson, though few even bothered to use it. Her legal name on her ID was Billy Joe Turner, and that's how most official records remember her. But that was never who she truly was. Tracy was a transgender woman, a wanderer, a fighter, and someone who had to learn early in life that survival meant traveling light. No roots, no promises, no guarantee. But no one will survive forever. She was born Billy Joe Turner, but for years she'd been living as Tracy Thompson, her chosen name. She was a transgender woman in her early 30s, a wanderer, a survivor. Tracy had been born in Dalton, Georgia, a small town tucked into the mountains near the Tennessee border. No glamorous childhood. Tracy knew what it meant to go unnoticed and unloved. She learned to hide who she was, but she never erased it. By her early 20s, Tracy had slipped through society cracks. She lived a transit life, hitchhiking between Georgia and Florida. She stayed in shelters or a rest stop, sleeping under bridges, and washed her face in gas station sinks. People stared, some laughed, some spat, and some were worse. Still, Tracy kept going. She liked to be in motion. Maybe because she knew that in a world like this, standing still was more dangerous. She'd been arrested before, not for violence, but for trespassing, petty theft, occasional DUIs, crimes of someone struggling to survive. She served time briefly. The system didn't care who she was or what she needed. She was just another file in the drawer, another face at the back of the line. But Tracy wasn't just her hardship. She was human. She liked big earrings and cheap lipstick. She wore wigs, even if they didn't always fit her right. She smiled when someone treated her kindly, not because it happened often, but because she never stopped hoping it would. No one knew exactly what Tracy was doing that night, March the 29th, morning into the early hours of March the 30th. She might have been walking the rural roads, hoping to hitch a ride. Maybe she got into someone's truck, thinking they'd help her reach her next stop. Maybe they talked first. Maybe she let her guard down. In a patch of dirt off County Road 106, investigators would later find blood, a lot of it, and the broken remain of a wooden baseball bat. They believe she had been attacked there, struck in the head over and over again, left for dead beneath the cold stars. But Tracy didn't die there. She got up. How? No one could explain. Her skull was fractured. She was barefoot, bleeding. But somehow this woman, who had been discarded and beaten like her life meant nothing, stood up and began to walk. Maybe she didn't know where she was going. Maybe she didn't think she'd make it far. But a part of her, the part that had kept her alive this long, told her to keep moving. So she did. She walked half a mile along a dark county road, every step trailing blood, her body failing, but her will still intact. Until finally, in the distance, she saw a light, a porch light, a house, hope. It was around 4:45 a.m. when an older couple living along the edge of the town heard a knock at the door. They weren't expecting anyone, not at this time. When they opened the door, they found Tracy collapsed on their porch, bruised, bloody, her eyes dazed, barely clinging to consciousness. She looked up at them. "Water," she said, "a blanket. And can I rest here?" They called 911. She didn't resist. She laid there, her body finally letting go.
Paramedics rushed her to Taylor Regional Hospital in Hawkinsville. In the trauma room, nurses and doctors did what they could. A GBI agent arrived quickly, hoping to talk with her while she was still conscious. And somehow, Tracy spoke, weak but clear. She told them she'd been beaten by a bat. She named a man, someone she had known romantically. Police checked it out. He had an alibi. The lead went nowhere. At 2:50 p.m., after hours of slipping in and out of consciousness, Tracy Thompson was pronounced dead. Her official cause of death, blunt force trauma to the head. The blows had been too severe. Her brain had swelled past to the point of saving. She was 33 years old. The police opened an investigation. They followed up on leads, but there was no camera footage, no witnesses, no solid suspect. The town moved quickly. There were no protests, no vigils. There is no outrage in the newspapers. A few articles that mentioned her misgendered her, calling her Billy Joe Turner. They described her as a transient, an ex-con, a mystery. They didn't talk about her walk. They didn't call her brave. They didn't say her name. Tracy died as she lived, unseen by the world around her, unprotected, uncelebrated, unjustly forgotten. Tracy's story matters, not just because of the brutality of her death, but because of the resilience of her life. She walked, bleeding and broken, for half a mile in the dark, not to escape, but to live, to find help, to ask for water, or warmth, or rest. Even in her final moments, she believed someone might answer the door, and someone did. No one has ever been arrested for the murder of Tracy Thompson. Her killer remains free, her story buried in cold case files, waiting for someone to care enough to uncover the truth. If you know anything at all, contact the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, GBI Perry office, at 478-987-4545. Justice may be late, but it's not impossible. Before we end this case, let's sit back and remember the lady that lost her life. Tracy, we see you now. You are more than the name on your license, more than what the records call you, more than that they didn't bother to write. You are more than the arrest, more than your struggles, more than the nights you spent beneath open skies, hoping tomorrow would be softer than today. You are more than how you died, so much more than the blood left on that dirt road, more than the silence that followed, more than the name buried in headlines, if they mentioned you at all. You were brave enough to live as yourself, even when the world punished you for it. Brave enough to walk that road, broken and alone, with your head wounded and your body failing. Still believing someone might answer when you knock. Still believing there was warmth somewhere in the world for you. You matter. Your life was not disposable. Your journey was not shameful. Your name, your real name, deserved to be said with care. Your story deserves to be told in full color, no footnotes. We see you now, not just in police files or cold case binders, but in the space between justice and memory, in the quiet grief of those who've known you invisibly too well. We see the strength it took to survive all the years that you didn't want. We see the beauty they miss when they look the other way. We see the final, trembling steps you took towards hope, even when hope had failed you so many times before. You are not forgotten, not here, not now, not ever. We remember you in the candles lit for the unarmed, in the march for lives overlooked, in every voice that dares to say, you were here, you matter, you are loved. This is the case of Tracy Thompson. Now let's get into some theories.
Theories.
Let's get into some theories. Let's get into some theories. Everyone is a suspect until proven guilty. Let's get into some theories. Lesbian detectives. What type of thoughts you thinking? What theories running through your mind? I'm thinking all types of suspicion. Uncover the truth, what we can find. Witness say they saw somebody creeping out the back door. What you think they did it for? That's so crazy, I'm not sure. They found a car, where could she be? Here go another puzzle piece. Researching through your history. It's plenty unsolved mysteries. Everyone is a suspect until proven guilty. Let's get into some theories, yeah. Let's get into some theories. Let's get into some theories. Everyone is a suspect until proven guilty. Let's get into some theories. Lesbian detectives.
You or me?
Go ahead.
We don't know the person's name, but Tracy said on her deathbed who hurt her. She fought so hard to make it to that farmhouse to say, hey. And the sad thing about it, Tracy didn't even ask for them like, hey, to call 911. She said, can you give me some water and a blanket, and I just need to rest here. Mm-hmm. She didn't like, hey, call 911. She like she didn't even think them. I'm probably going to even help her. She like, hey, just like give me some water and a blanket. I'm all right. For her to say on her deathbed, this is the man that hurt me. This is the man that beat me with the wooden baseball bat. And I'm like, oh, let's go check. Oh, he have an alibi. I wonder if he really had an alibi. He could have said like, oh, I was with my friend. Like, oh yeah, he was with us. Because it seemed like Tracy knew who hurt her and how they hurt her. The police, they didn't care. That's why I say this case could be solved if they really look into this man's alibi, because it could be broken. And what if this man probably like, oh, I did know her, but we wasn't romantically involved. He probably didn't want to be outed because it was like their time period. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It sounded like the police really let her down.
So I believe that it's very sad that she didn't expect anything. She was used to the mistreatment, being ignored, just not seeing her worth or her value. It's sad how she lived her life. She didn't expect anything from anyone. She didn't see her worth. She wanted to live. She fought hard to live, but nobody cared. And at the end of the day, she was a person. She deserved to be seen. She deserved to be loved. She deserved to be cared for. And she was just trying to live her truth. It ended in her losing her life.
Even in her death, the people still misgender her. They still didn't even use her chosen name. That name, her old name, I'm going to say, that's her dad name. They should have respected her and said her name was Tracy, not that other name. And it's just sad because I feel like the police, they came, they searched, and like she told them, like, the bat was still there. If you listen, the wooden bat was still there. Mm-hmm. So we have the DNA now for y'all to go back and see if it's any DNA, any fingerprints. Because if they even looked and saw that the man probably had prints on there, we're talking about a different case right now. But to me, they saw that she was a transgender. They were like, forget it. She probably was like, they're probably like, oh, she probably doing a trick, or she probably doing that, or they probably blame it on her. Let's be honest.
I wonder if she had any family.
Nope, not really. I looked into it. A lot of people believe that her family, like she did have a family per se, but they didn't really care. And that's sad. I mean, a lot of people in the LGBT community do go through that. They do lose family members because of who they love or who they're trying to become. Yeah. It's just sad that she told them who did it. A lot of cases don't even have this type of information. She fought She fought for her life. She like, okay, I'm gonna get this help I need. And she probably said that she probably wasn't even gonna tell the police this man like hurt her, because it seemed like she wasn't even asking for help like that. But the police asked her and she said, hey, this is this person's name. This is the person that hurt me. And they're like, oh, okay, we got it. Here's an alibi. I mean, to me, why would she lie? Like, is she on her deathbed? You asking me who killed, like, who beat me and basically unalive me right now? And I tell you a name, and this person have an alibi? Do he really have an alibi? I feel like he probably like, oh, I was with my friends. Oh, I was there. Like, how strong is his alibi?
Yeah, I think they failed her because they didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Because of who she was. And that's sad. You have the murder weapon. You can dust it for fingerprints, or you can try and get some type of DNA. But they didn't care enough to do that.
Because they found where she was at. She told them all the information. She told them everything. Basically, Tracy gave them the case. She solved the case for them. And like, just to be honest, Tracy actually survived her attack. And she said, no, this man beat me. This is the man. And they're like, oh, he had an alibi. She probably like, well, you know what? They didn't care. They don't like, it's just so sad how hard she fought to survive.
Yeah.
Like, they were surprised she was even alive because how bad she was, like, her skull and everything was so fractured.
Yeah.
And she survived.
Yeah.
Man, this is so bad about some cases like this, is that sometimes the victim give the case to the police. They're like, here's everything. Here's all the evidence. Here's the name. Here's the person. And they still be like, oh, you know, like basically like, oh, yeah.
Negligence.
For real. For real. I feel so sorry for Tracy because she had a hard life and she even had a hard death.
Yep.
Like, even her death, nobody really cared. They said the wrong name, misgender. They did everything wrong to just treat her so bad. And I am so sorry, Tracy, that no one in that time stood up for you or told your story right. But we are telling your story. And I hope that that person who hurt you had a sucky life. I'm just wishing bad on them because it's just sad. Even a cop too. I'm gonna put the cop down too. Everybody who did you wrong, Tracy, hope they had a sucky life. Hope they get karma. Sorry for that, guys. That's my vent for the day. But that's why I said in the beginning this case could be solved, because Tracy gave them everything. Like, dang, the name, the person. It's like, to me, she fought. I feel like God gave her those couple more hours so she could tell the police who hurt her. Because she fought so hard. And I'm so sorry, Tracy. Do you think when the police asked him, do you think he said, yeah, like me and her was together? Or he was like, no, like I was a friend. You know, what do you think?
Yeah, he denied. I don't think he ever, because it would put like a target on him.
Mm-hmm.
If they knew that he had an emotional thing with her or an affair or sexual relationship, he would be the prime suspect, or he would have more of a motive.
Do you think he probably had power, or he had like money?
I mean, that is one possibility. He could influence the police in some way.
Because I'm thinking, like, if it was somebody like with no money or anything like that, and she said it, that alibi, they probably like, no, like they probably will look a little bit more into. But somebody with money, probably married, stuff like that, didn't want this information to get out. They probably like, you know, like, nah.
But honestly, the fact that they didn't really care for her, I feel like it didn't matter if he had money or not. The fact that she, to them, was not someone of worth, they were like, it's pointless. Why are we gonna put this man behind bars when she's already gone, or she's the problem, or she wasn't worth, you know? And it's sad, but I don't really think it even took any influence. It was just the fact of who she was, and to them, she didn't matter.
But Tracy, you do matter.
You didn't matter.
Well, guys, this is our case. And I hope that somebody heard this case and know any information and let the police know what they knew back then. And the police solved this case. I hope this for all of our cases and everybody's cases that's out there. Well, This is our episode. We are on all podcast platforms. Our episode hit every Friday. We are on YouTube. All our social media are in the description, so please go check out our social media and check out my wife's page where she posts all her vacation pictures that she had a fantastic time without me on. Please give us a 5-star rating and please comment in the comments and tell us, what do you think about this episode? And what do you think happened to Tracy? This is Lesbian Detective. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And don't forget, everybody's a suspect.
Till proven innocent.
Bye.
Lesbian Detectives. Unsolved cases. She's still missing. Yeah, they haven't found her yet. Well, let's talk about it.
They say he vanished without a trace. Could it be a psychotic break or a tragic accident? Police don't know where the body went. Unsolved murders, body still missing. That's unheard. Where's the witness? Lesbian detectives, what's going on? City on high alert, this out the norm. He did what, the who? Man, that ain't real, these crimes ain't true. Then come uncover these theories with us. We live right now, tuning in is a must.
Right now. Lesbian Detectives. Lesbian Detectives. We about to start the show, so get your popcorn ready, let's go. Pay attention to the message I present to you, the Lesbian Detectives.